1991. An Austrian man called his former military, asked if he could have his old tank back. "We buried it," they said. 30 years ago. It's in the ground," he said. "Dig it up." The Austrian Army, the Pentagon, the US military, all said yes. They dug up a 50-ton tank, restored it, and gave it to him. Free. Some say you can't just ask for a military tank. Others say governments don't dig up buried equipment for citizens. But what if one man had enough power to make the impossible happen? He was a bodybuilder turned empire. Imagine a man who became a millionaire at 25 before his first movie role. A man Hollywood said was too big to act, who became the highest paid star. A man who went from immigrant bodybuilder to governor of California. His name was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if no one had documented him, we might not have believed a word. From 7 Mr. Olympia titles to crushing cars with Tank 331, he did the impossible. But this isn't Hollywood fiction. These moments were real. They were filmed. They were documented. And today, you'll see them. The ones that would sound like lies if the cameras hadn't been there. Number 1. The measurements Hollywood called too big. 1974. Producers' offices. Hollywood. Arnold Schwarzenegger walked in for auditions. 6'2", 235 pounds of muscle. A body that had won 4 Mr. Olympia titles. The producer stared, then told him no. Too muscular, too big, too intimidating. "You'll never be a leading man," they said. "Your body is too extreme. Your accent is too thick. Stick to bodybuilding." But let's talk about what those measurements were. Height, 6'2". Competition weight, 235 pounds. Off-season weight, 260 pounds. Then came the measurements that terrified Hollywood. Chest, 57 inches. Waist, 34 inches. Arms, 22 inches. Thighs, 28.5 inches. Calves, 20 inches. A 57-inch chest with a 34-inch waist. That's a ratio of 1.68 to 1. Massive upper body with a waist that tapered, not blocky, not thick. Aesthetic mass, 22-inch arms. For context, the average man has 13-inch arms. Arnold's arms were 69% larger, not just big. Impossibly big for natural development in that era. But here's what made Hollywood wrong. Those measurements didn't limit him, they defined him. The body they said was too big became the standard for action heroes. Stallone, The Rock, John Cena, Vin Diesel, all followed Arnold's blueprint. The Terminator required someone who looked like a machine. Conan required someone who looked like an ancient warrior. Predator required someone who could believably fight an alien. That too big body made Arnold the highest paid action star of the 1980s and 1990s. $20 million per film at his peak. Competition records document the measurements. Magazine interviews from the 1970s. Producers saying, too muscular. Arnold's autobiography confirms the rejections, and his film contracts showing $20 million per film are public record. The body Hollywood rejected became the body Hollywood needed. The measurements are real. Number 2, 7 titles, 14 years, 1970, New York, Mr. Olympia competition. Arnold Schwarzenegger, age 23, stepped on stage and won. His first Mr. Olympia title, 1971, Paris, won again, 1972, Essen, Germany, won again, 1973, New York, won again, 1974, New York, won again, 1975, Pretoria, South Africa, won again, 6 consecutive years, 6 titles in a row. Unprecedented. No bodybuilder had ever dominated like that. Not John Grimmick, not Reg Park, not Steve Reeves, nobody. 1975, Arnold retired, age 28, at the peak of his powers, walked away to pursue acting. 6 Mr. Olympia titles, nothing left to prove. 5 years passed, 1976, 1977, 1978, 1979. Franco Columbu won. Frank Zane won 3 times. The sport moved on. Arnold was history. October 1980. Arnold entered the Mr. Olympia one day before the contest, after training for 8 weeks, not 8 months, 8 weeks, while preparing for Conan the Barbarian. The competitors were furious. Mike Mentzer, Frank Zane, Boyer Coe, Chris Dickerson. These were the new champions, the current elite, and Arnold walked in like he'd never left. Sydney Opera House, October 4th, 1980. Arnold stepped on stage, not at his peak condition, lacking the definition of 1975, missing the striations, the sharpness. The judges compared. Mike Mentzer had incredible condition. Frank Zane had his trademark aesthetics. Boyer Co. had perfect proportions. Arnold had charisma. The judges voted. Arnold won. The audience booed. Chris Dickerson jumped off stage yelling, "I can't believe it!" Mike Mentzer called it corrupt. Frank Zane reportedly threw his trophy at a wall. CBS Sports filmed the contest, then refused to air it. Too controversial. The last time a major TV network filmed Mr. Olympia, ever. But here's the reality. Arnold won his 7th Mr. Olympia title, 5 years after retiring, 8 weeks of prep, against the best bodybuilders in the world. IFBB records document all 7 wins. The 1980 controversy is detailed in academic papers. John Fair's The Intangible Arnold analyzes the judging. Wikipedia lists all competitors and placements. CBS's refusal to air is confirmed by multiple sources. Controversial? Yes. Documented? Absolutely. 7. Mr. Olympia titles spanning 14 years. The dominance is real. Number 3. The Millionaire Before Hollywood, 1968. Arnold Schwarzenegger arrived in America, age 21, with $27,000 saved from bodybuilding. Most young men would buy cars, parties, toys. Arnold bought an apartment building. Not a house, not a condo, an apartment building, 4 units. Cost $214,000. Down payment from his bodybuilding savings? Why? Arnold saw struggling actors in LA, desperate for any role, taking any pay, vulnerable because they had no money. He refused to be that person. "I saw people in the gym and in acting classes," Arnold said. "They were all very vulnerable because they didn't have any money. They had to take anything offered to them. I didn't want to get into that situation." So he studied, took business courses, learned about real estate, and bought that first building. 1 year later, he sold it for $360,000, a $146,000 profit, plus the rents he collected while owning it. Then he did something brilliant. He took that $146,000 and bought a bigger building, 12 units, sold it at a profit, bought a 36-unit building, sold it, bought a 100-unit building. Buildings I would buy for $500,000 within the year were $800,000. Arnold explained. "I put only maybe $100,000 down, so you made 300% on your money." This was the 1970s. High inflation. Real estate was exploding. Arnold saw the opportunity, and he attacked. By age 25, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a millionaire. From real estate, not bodybuilding, not acting. Real estate. A millionaire at 25. Before his first major film role. 10 years before Conan the Barbarian. 12 years before The Terminator. When Arnold auditioned for movies, he didn't need the roles. He could afford to be selective, to wait for the right projects, to say no to bad offers. Financial independence gave him power. Other actors were desperate. Arnold was a millionaire with a choice. Arnold's interviews with Tim Ferriss for Tools of Titans document this. His interview with Grant Cardone at the Growth Conference confirms it. His gubernatorial financial disclosures showed over 100 business enterprises, many in real estate, a real estate empire built before Hollywood fame. The Millionaire at 25 is documented. The strategy is real. Number 4. Pumping Iron, Psychological Warfare, on film, 1975. The documentary, Pumping Iron. Cameras followed Arnold and his competitors to the Mr. Olympia in Pretoria, South Africa, and they captured something extraordinary. Arnold's psychological warfare, on film, documented, undeniable. Scene, Lou Ferrigno. Arnold's main competitor was training. Arnold walked over, started talking, smiling. "Lou, you're looking great. Really great. Your back is fantastic." Lou smiled, felt confident. Then Arnold continued, "Your back is so good. I think maybe we should just have a back pose competition. Because from the front, well," he paused, smiled. "But your back? Incredible." Planted doubt. Made Lou think about his weaknesses right before the contest. Another scene. Arnold's talking to the camera. "The night before the contest, I go to a movie, have some good food, get laid, sleep, wake up feeling fantastic. Some of these guys, they're so nervous they can't sleep. They're worried, stressed. They've already lost before they step on stage." He wasn't just saying it. He was putting it on record, telling competitors, "You're mentally weak, I'm mentally strong." The famous scene, Arnold got a phone call. His father had died. The funeral was in Austria. The Mr. Olympia was in South Africa. Arnold made his choice. "My father and I were not close," Arnold told the cameras. "There's nothing I can do for him. Now, the people here need me. Lou Ferrigno needs me. The contest needs me. I can't just leave. Cold. Calculated. All on film. Whether you think it was cruel or focused, one thing is certain. Arnold understood psychology. He knew bodybuilding wasn't just physical, it was mental, and he used every advantage. Pumping Iron was released in 1977, became a cultural phenomenon, brought bodybuilding to mainstream America, made Arnold a star before Hollywood did. The film documents everything. Arnold's manipulation is on camera, preserved forever. The psychological tactics are real. Number 5. The tank they buried and dug up. 1965. Austria. Arnold Schwarzenegger, age 18, reported for mandatory military service. All Austrian males served 1 year. Arnold got assigned to tank crew. M47 Patton tank. Number 331. American-built. Cold War surplus given to Austria. Arnold served as driver. 50-ton tank. 800 horsepower engine. 90mm main gun. And Arnold loved it. "It was my lifelong dream to own a tank," he said. One night during service, Arnold challenged a friend to a race, both in tanks, down a hill, at night. At 40 miles per hour, 15 soldiers standing on top of Arnold's tank. Arnold forgot to tell them to get down. They all fell off during the race, through trees, through bushes, crashing through everything. Arnold and his friend got punished. 6-hour crawl through an obstacle course. Worth it. Decades later, 1990s. Arnold was governor of California, multi-millionaire, movie superstar, and he remembered his tank. Tank 331. He contacted the Austrian Army. "What happened to my tank?" The Austrian Army had buried it as part of decommissioning efforts. Tank 331 was in the ground. Arnold asked, "Can I have it?" The Austrian Army said, "If you can get permission from the Austrian government, the Pentagon, and the US military." Most people would give up. Arnold was chairman of the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports for the USA. He called Dick Cheney, called in favors, got permission. The Austrian Army dug up Tank 331, restored it, gave it to Arnold, free. He paid $20,000 to ship it to America. That's it. Arnold now uses Tank 331 for charity, crushes cars, raises money for after-school programs, gives tank rides to kids who stay in school. Netflix filmed Arnold crushing a Mercedes-Benz with Tank 331 to announce him as Chief Action Officer. 2 takes. He drove it himself. The story is documented across multiple sources. The Tank Museum in Britain confirms details. Netflix's Tudum website confirms the burial and restoration. Arnold's interviews on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and Jay Leno's Garage include photos and video. The Austrian Army buried a tank, then dug it up for Arnold Schwarzenegger and gave it to him. The tank story is real. Number 6. From Too Big to Highest Paid, 1977. Arnold got a role in Pumping Iron, documentary, not a feature film. He played himself, bodybuilder. That's what Hollywood would let him do. 1982. Conan the Barbarian. Arnold's first starring role, age 35. 12 years after arriving in America. 12 years of rejection. Too muscular, too big, can't act, thick accent, unmarketable. Conan required someone who looked like they could conquer kingdoms. Arnold transformed his body, went from 210 pounds to 230 pounds, added mass for the role, trained with swords 6 hours daily, learned choreography, fight sequences, stunt work. Conan made $68 million at the box office against a $20 million budget. Success. Proof that Arnold could carry a film. 1984. The Terminator. Director James Cameron wanted Arnold for a role. Studio wanted someone else. Cameron fought for Arnold. He looks like he came from the future, like a machine. Budget, $6.4 million. Box office, $78 million. 12 times the budget. Created a franchise. Made Arnold a superstar. The Terminator speech pattern became iconic. I'll be back. 3 words. Arnold's accent made it memorable. The weakness became a strength. After Terminator, Arnold's price exploded. Commando, Predator, Total Recall, each film bigger, each paycheck larger. By the early 1990s, Arnold was making $15 to $20 million per film, the highest paid action star in Hollywood. The body they said was too big was making him $20 million per movie. Arnold's film contracts are public record. Box office numbers are documented on Box Office Mojo and IMDb. Trade publications from the 1990s confirm his $20 million salary, from too big to act to highest paid actor. The transformation is real. Number 7, bodybuilder to governor, 2003, California. The state faced a recall election. Governor Gray Davis was being recalled. Dozens of candidates entered the race, including Arnold Schwarzenegger. The media laughed. A bodybuilder, an actor, running for governor? This is a joke. Political analysts dismissed him. No experience, no qualifications. He'll lose in a landslide. Arnold didn't care. He ran as a Republican in a Democrat-leaning state, faced opposition from both sides. Political establishment hated him. October 7, 2003. Election day, Arnold Schwarzenegger won with 48.6% of the vote in a crowded field, beating 134 other candidates. Inauguration, November 17, 2003. Arnold Schwarzenegger became the 38th governor of California. A bodybuilder from Austria became governor of the largest state in America by population and economy. He served 2 terms, 2003 to 2011, 8 years. Passed environmental legislation, education reform, infrastructure projects. Love him or hate him politically, he governed for 8 years. Think about that. A bodybuilder with a thick Austrian accent, who Hollywood said couldn't act, became governor of California for 8 years. Election results are public record. The California Secretary of State's office documents the recall election. Arnold's gubernatorial record is archived. His policies are documented. Bodybuilder to movie star to governor. The political career is real. Number 8. The training that built the blueprint. Gold's Gym, Venice Beach, 1970s. Arnold trained twice per day, morning and evening, 6 days per week. Volume that would break modern bodybuilders. 20 to 30 sets per body part. Multiple exercises per muscle. Hour-long workouts. Sometimes 2 hours. Bench press. Working sets with 4 25 pounds, multiple reps. Dumbbell flies with 100-pound dumbbells. Incline press, decline press, chest annihilation, squats. Working sets with 545 pounds for reps, not singles, reps. Leg press, leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises with massive weight. Deadlifts, over 700 pounds, back rows. Pull-ups with weight added, lat pull-downs. The back that became the standard. But here's what made Arnold different. He trained with purpose. Every rep meant something. Every set had intensity. No phone breaks, no social media, pure focus. The last 3 or 4 reps is what makes the muscle grow, Arnold said. This area of pain divides the champion from someone else who is not a champion. He trained through pain, through exhaustion, through the point where other people quit. That's where Arnold thrived. And he didn't do it alone. He trained with Franco Columbu, Dave Draper, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, the best bodybuilders in the world, pushing each other, competing every single day. Arnold's training programs are documented in his book, The New Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. Interviews with training partners confirm the intensity. Footage from pumping iron shows the training. The training methods are documented. The intensity is verified. The volume is real. Number 9. The Kennedy Marriage, 1977. Arnold met Maria Shriver, niece of President John F. Kennedy, member of America's most famous political family. Kennedy royalty. Arnold was a bodybuilder, an immigrant, with a thick accent. From Austria. He was everything the Kennedy family wasn't. But Arnold pursued her, dated her. 9 years of courtship. The Kennedy family was skeptical. A bodybuilder? Really? April 26, 1986. Hyannis, Massachusetts. Arnold Schwarzenegger married Maria Shriver. The bodybuilder married into the Kennedy dynasty. Think about what that means. The Kennedys are American royalty, political power, generational wealth, and they accepted Arnold, an immigrant bodybuilder. The marriage lasted 25 years. 4 children. Catherine, Christina, Patrick, and Christopher, a family that blended Hollywood, bodybuilding, and political legacy. Arnold and Maria didn't just coexist, they built power together. Arnold's Hollywood success, Maria's journalism career, combined Kennedy connections with Schwarzenegger ambition. This opened doors to politics, to influence, to running for governor. The Kennedy name gave Arnold credibility in political circles. The marriage ended in 2011. Personal issues, separation. But for 25 years, Arnold Schwarzenegger was part of the Kennedy family. Marriage records are public. Their children's births are documented. Photos and media coverage from 25 years exist. The Kennedy connection is verified. A bodybuilder married Kennedy royalty for 25 years. The marriage is real. Number 10, the legacy that never ends. 2023, Arnold Schwarzenegger, age 76, launched a Netflix documentary. Arnold, 3 parts, his entire life, bodybuilding, Hollywood, politics, everything. At 76, he's still relevant, still training, still inspiring. His newsletter has millions of subscribers. His social media reaches tens of millions. His advice is sought by champions. The bodybuilders he inspired, The Rock, John Cena, Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa, every muscular action star follows Arnold's blueprint. He created the template. The Arnold Classic bodybuilding competition started 1989, still running. One of the biggest bodybuilding shows in the world, named after him. His legacy continues. The after-school programs, millions of dollars raised, thousands of kids helped. Tank rides for kids who stay in school, using Tank 331 for charity. At 76, Arnold still crushes cars with his tank, still lifts weights 6 days per week, still inspires people across generations, from bodybuilders in their 20s to executives in their 60s. When people think bodybuilding, they think Arnold. When people think action star, they think Arnold. When people think American dream, they think Arnold, an immigrant who arrived with $27,000, became Mr. Olympia, became a millionaire at 25, became Hollywood's highest paid star, became governor of California, and never stopped building. The Netflix documentary has millions of views. The Arnold Classic records are documented. His newsletter and social media numbers are verified. Photos of 76-year-old Arnold training are current. The legacy at 76 is ongoing. The influence is undeniable. The impact is real. You've seen the measurements Hollywood called too big. The 57-inch chest, the 22-inch arms, the body that became the action hero standard, all documented in competition records. You've seen 7 Mr. Olympia titles, 6 in a row, then a comeback 5 years later, 8 weeks of prep, booed by the audience. Won anyway. IFBB records confirm every win. You've seen the millionaire at 25, real estate empire before Hollywood fame, buildings bought for $500,000, sold for $800,000, 300% returns, documented in multiple interviews. You've seen psychological warfare filmed. Pumping iron captured Arnold's mind games, planting doubt, building confidence, winning before the contest started. You've seen the Austrian Army bury a tank, then dig it up for Arnold. Tank 331, restored and given to him, now used for charity. You've seen Too Big to Act become highest paid actor, $20 million per film. The Terminator became the standard. You've seen bodybuilder become governor of California for 8 years. Election records are public. And you've seen the legacy at 76. Still training, still inspiring, still relevant. The Austrian oak who never stopped growing. Without documentation, these moments would sound like Hollywood fiction. Too perfect, too dramatic, too impossible. But they're documented. IFBB competition records, CBS Sports controversy reports, academic papers analyzing the 1980 Mr. Olympia, financial disclosures showing the real estate empire, Netflix documentaries, the Tank Museum archives, marriage records, election results. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't just build a body, he built an empire, from bodybuilder to millionaire to movie star to governor, and left the proof behind. Which moment inspired you? The 7 Mr. Olympia titles, the millionaire at 25 before Hollywood, The tank the army buried and gave back? The bodybuilder who became governor? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories about real legends who didn't just say they'd be back. They came back again and again and left the proof behind. Please give hype to this video if you liked it. It helps us grow. See you in the next video.